And I know you have to squint a little, but, and I know you have to squint a little, but, and I know you have to squint a little, but, and I know you have to squint a little, but.
Daryl Morey, I was squinting during this game, and I noticed that the Sixers were down 50 points to the Chicago Bulls, who are neck and neck with the Sixers in the tanking battles. And this was the most beautiful tanking performance I may have ever seen as a Sixers fan, and I've seen a lot of them. That game was special right there. That was a beauty of a tank job by the 76ers. You can't convince me in any way that they were trying to win this game. Did you watch that game and think that the Sixers were trying to win? No way, bro. Nick Nurse went to that locker room and he told everybody, you need to play as garbage as possible. I know my job here is almost over. I'm certainly getting fired, but we're going to tank this season and try and get Cooper Flagg. Dude, the Sixers were so laughably atrocious in this game that they were giving David Roddy serious minutes. David Roddy is a mixture of Georges Niang and Raul Neto, and he was the centerpiece of the Sixers offense in some possessions. Nick Nurse was tanking this game. You cannot convince me otherwise, and I'll give you a couple reasons why. Number one, he was playing Andre Drummond in the year 2025. Do you know how garbage Andre Drummond is? Andre Drummond is so bad that he looks like he is lagging in a video game. Like his ping is over 8,000. That was how terrible Andre Drummond was. He was almost as much of a traffic cone on defense as Joel Embiid, bro. Letting Kobe White get the easiest and one of his career. Literally sidestepped out of the way for Kevin Huerter, one of the best shooters in the league, to get a wide open three-pointer. Kevin Huerter, by the way, he was giving me serious PTSD from the second round of the 2021 playoffs, shooting 7 for 11 from the three-point line. The Bulls shot 45%, whereas the Sixers shot a stupendous 25% from three, 38.9% from the field, bricking wide open threes, as many as you could think of. Gershon Yabusele, one of the most winning players on this team this entire year, he has embraced the tank. He airballed a wide open three-pointer. Ricky Council was horrible in this game as well. He and Kelly Oubre were sharing the court together, and that's just another way that Nick Nurse was tanking. Why would you play two of the most chaotic players in the league at the same time? Dude, just look at this play right here. Look at this Ricky Council play. This Ricky Council play was magical. I will remember this one for a long time. That dude. Let's watch that again. This is amazing. Dude, the job the Sixers have done with this tank so far has been fantastic. They're getting blown out to the Nets, to the Bulls, to the Raptors, all of these teams who are also trying to get a high draft pick, and the Sixers are finally getting serious about their tank. It is beautiful. This is amazing. I've never been so excited for the Sixers this entire year. And these next weeks of games coming up, dude, they're going to be serious. We play the Raptors a couple more times. We play the Bulls the last game of the season. This tank is fantastic. Back to Andre Drummond, by the way. He had 3 fouls in 6 minutes. That just also encapsulates how horrible he was. You got David Roddy playing as well. You're making Josh Giddey look like Magic Johnson. And I'm not going to lie, Josh Giddey is a decent player, bro. I know he has his off-court escapades, but Josh Giddey, I'm not going to lie, I might get some flack for this, but he is a player I want to see on the Sixers one day. Do you know why? I know I'm rambling now, but dude, there is nothing to take away from this game. You just had to watch it to fully understand and fully feel the tank energy radiating out of the 76ers. It was something different, to be honest. But yeah, Josh Giddey was fantastic. He had 25 points, 16 rebounds, 6 dimes. And if you think about it, he's the perfect player you want to put around Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey. A guy who can swing the rock really well, run in transition, make quick choices. He had an awesome full court lob, nearly full court, almost half court, to Buzelis. He slammed it home with an alley-oop. That was awesome. Josh Giddey, he's someone I want to see on the Sixers because he's a tall point guard who hustles and grabs rebounds and can pass the ball. He was lighting the Sixers up, and he's not even having the best season ever. But this again, making Josh Giddey look like prime Magic Johnson, Kevin Huerter like prime Stephen Curry. Dude, it was something else, this Sixers tank, and I'm finally glad the Sixers have realized it, that they finally need to tank the rest of the season. Joel Embiid, the reports have come out about him and his knee, and look, his career is coming to an end. There's nothing else about it. There has been constant rumors about him getting surgery, and finally Shams broke the news and everything that they're going to do like more imaging and give everybody some updates in the coming weeks about Embiid, but this is going towards him getting shut down for the season. I think it's inevitable. I don't care what Nick Nurse says at this point. He has no idea what he is doing and has no idea what is going on with this team. They're going to shut Joel Embiid down. That is for certain. Do you see how he moves on the court? Do you realize that to succeed in sports, you need to move? But Joel Embiid doesn't move at all. He looks like he has cinder blocks attached to his feet. It is that bad and that sad, honestly, to see how Joel Embiid has ended up at this point in his career. But back to this game, man. Kelly Oubre was a minus 34. He was a minus 34, and we also had Quentin Grimes, too. He had 9 points. He was all right, 3 for 6. Quentin Grimes, Ricky Council, and Kelly Oubre, they all have really similar traits, man. They gamble a lot on three-pointers, and they did not care in the slightest about communicating on defense, giving the Bulls every open shot possible. I am glad, too, that they finally gave Tyrese Maxey a rest, replaced him with Jared Butler late into the game. And the Sixers should be grateful if Tyrese Maxey even decides to continue to play for their pitiful organization the way he has given 100% for this team since day one, and the way they have built around Joel Embiid and just their refusal to build good rosters around their superstars. What faith does it give you that they're going to treat Maxey in a good way? They thought with Joel Embiid that they should put Tobias Harris, Al Horford, and Josh Richardson next to him and play around with Ben Simmons for too long. Embiid's only good co-stars, Jimmy Butler, Harden, and Maxey. Maxey has been, great, but hasn't developed into his prime yet, whereas Harden and Jimmy weren't here long enough to gel and give chemistry and have a synergy with Joel Embiid. And those two, the Sixers got rid of them, and look where they have been since. Just nowhere. Embiid had his two best teammates ever. I know during different time periods. Just the Sixers have no continuity, and they don't know how to build good rosters around their superstars. They gave Joel Embiid no shooting at all, no versatile players who could do multiple things on the court, zero spacing, unlike the Boston Celtics, a team that has actually embraced the modern NBA. They have shooters everywhere. And with a player like Joel Embiid, who generates so much gravity, it is essential that you need to put shooters, guys who can make the other teams pay. But the Sixers had never been able to find the right pieces, and when they did have the available cap space, they washed Paul George, you know what I mean, and washed PJ Tucker. All Daryl Morey has done is acquire players from the 2016 Rockets and dudes who are just completely past their prime, and it sucks. It sucks to see that Joel Embiid has been wasted by the Sixers' incompetence, and I fear that the same thing is going to happen with Tyrese Maxey. Change the coach, change the general manager. It's going to be the same exact thing. The Sixers just have no clue. They got no clue. What do you think you need to be putting around Jared McCain and Maxey? You need to be giving them size. They're not the biggest backcourt in the world, so you need to give them size, athleticism, dudes who can run up and down the court at a lightning pace. And I don't think the Sixers are going to do that, man. I don't think they're in tune enough. I mean, Daryl Morey, when he came in with the Sixers and fixed the Al Horford situation, everyone was giving him credit for that, but he was literally doing the bare minimum. And I appreciate Daryl Morey for drafting Maxey and McCain, but yeah, I think he's going to get the boot too, just for how he has constructed the roster in these previous years and wasting all those draft picks. And Daryl Morey has I think he's had enough. I know they extended him too, but there's no way Daryl Morey or Nick Nurse come back for next season. There's no way. The Sixers are transitioning into a new era, and the time is now to tank and get a good draft pick. And I fear, though, that Tyrese Maxey and McCain are going to be wasted and that they're going to be playing with guys like these for the rest of their careers. This play right here, this really does express the full insanity that is the Sixers season right here. We got NBA superstar David Roddy with the three-pointer, airballing it, hitting, I think, Adem Bona in the head. Let's just rewind that. If you did not watch the Sixers, if you don't watch this team anymore, and I don't blame you, this encapsulates their season altogether. Just this magnificent shot from David Roddy. Perfect. And these are the type of players Daryl Morey and the rest of the Sixers organization is going to be putting around them unless serious changes happen. And that change the Sixers need will have to come in the NBA draft. If they somehow stumble into a top 6 pick, it was kind of a joke earlier in the season, thinking that they should tank the year, but it is serious now. It is serious because the Toronto Raptors, the Sixers, and the Nets are really close to each other when it comes to securing top odds for the NBA draft lottery. And by the way, I have watched the Raptors play on Sunday against the Phoenix Suns because I have no life. But if you stopped watching the Sixers, but you want to keep up with the Sixers somehow and at least watch games that are relevant to their season, go watch the Raptors because they're an actual fun NBA team to watch. They have really nice young players like Grady Dick and Scotty Barnes and Emmanuel Quickley, guys who just run up and down the court. They can run multiple possessions without getting tired, and everyone else on their team can actually keep guys in front of them and maneuver through screens. Oh, RJ Barrett too, he's underrated. They can maneuver through screens and catch alley-oops and rebound. Now, granted, they aren't really good, but they are fun to watch. There's a reason they are in the Tankathon leaderboards in the first place. They did blow a lead to the Phoenix Suns. But like they did to the Sixers for the games that they did play against them, they made the Suns look decrepit and old and washed and ineffective. The Suns are the Sixers of the Western Conference, so it does line up that way. But yeah, if the Raptors do meet the Sixers 2 more times this season, and they are going to win those games convincingly. That is my prediction. We have seen how the Raptors played against the Sixers this season, and nothing's going to change because the Sixers will look worse now more than ever this entire year. And the Raptors are going to just mollywop them, stomp all over them. Yeah, because that's what the Sixers do. They lose to the worst teams in the league and make these other teams who really aren't good at all look like some of the best teams we have ever seen in NBA history. It's just so impressive, though, how much they can make random role players look like NBA superstars. It really is something else, the way the Sixers are able to do that. But they can keep it up. They can keep it up. If they do this for the rest of the season, they have a legit shot at catching the Raptors and getting the 5th ranked spot in the leaderboard. And if they can do that, they're pretty much guaranteed at getting their top 6 pick back. Might not be number 1, might not be number 2, but it could be a top 6 pick, and that's really all that matters for this season. Because the one like silver lining with all this is that if you do have Joel Embiid and Paul George under contract through 2029 and they are washed and can't be traded, at least you get this pick back and have the Clippers picks that you have in the future in 2028, the unprotected one, and I think the pick swap in 29. At least you can get another good piece to add to the young core alongside Maxey and McCain and do something with the future. Maybe, just maybe, someone will be stupid enough to trade for Embiid or PG, and then you could fully go into the next era of Sixers basketball. But yeah, I really want the Sixers to get this pick. I think fans deserve it. Sixers fans deserve to get this pick back. I know the Sixers cheated the NBA lottery with the process and the rules were changed just because of Sam Hinkie, but please, NBA, Adam Silver, if you're watching this video, please, you have to understand what us Sixers fans have been going through. Enough is enough. We're not even asking for the 1st overall pick. We should get it, but we don't even have to ask for that. At least get us like Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper, someone like that. If you can get us the 1st overall pick and make Cooper Flag wear a 76ers jersey, that would be awesome, but Ace Bailey's really nice, has one of the quickest triggers I've ever seen, and I don't really know much about Dylan Harper, but he is pretty good too. And if the Sixers can add one of those players alongside Maxie McCain, they will be set for the future. So I just hope that they are able to do that. And I hope that this nightmare of a season will net some type of reward. Because of what we have had to go through this entire year has been pure madness. And this really is the breaking point for Sixers fans, I feel like. They have booed more teams. I saw this one post by, I think, Keith Pompey, where he said that the Sixers fans booed them more times than they made three-pointers in that game against the Bulls. Like, it has gotten this bad. Like, I'm sure there are fans probably leaving by halftime. They were down 50 points to the Chicago Bulls. It's over. Wrap it up.